Hello and welcome back to the channel. This should have been a loot hunt video for this month from somewhere different, but due to lockdown and due to just enjoying a holiday for a holiday, no loot hunt video happened. So what I've done is I have saved together everything that has been purchased online, put it in a big pile, and I'm going to do like a go through what I bought unboxing style video. There is a big bag of stuff down there, so this could take a while. So if you're not in the mood for watching a long video, I'd suggest maybe you come back to this another time. I've picked up stuff from all over the place. So I've got some from Amazon, I've got some direct from Shameless Entertainment, from 101 Films, and a lot of stuff from eBay. So we're just going to take our time and we're going to go through this. First of all, I'd like to pick up this box. I've already opened it in terms of just so I'm not opening it on air. It is very excitingly. There's a Porco Rosso Studio Ghibli steelbook. I saw a video by Razorwire Reviews on this, and where he was talking about his love for it and all the various different merch he's got, and I was just like, I had to check it out. This is a really reasonable price on Amazon, so I was like, why not? Let's do this. So I'm really excited to do it. I think the Studio Ghibli films are great, really interesting. I love them. So let's have a little look inside this. So you got your standard J card. Lots of information on the back there. Some great special features. So you've got this beautiful metallic cover with the Porco Rosso logo in the middle, and then on the back, single disc, but some really cool artwork. You should be able to see. That's the first pickup. Okay, the next one is the Masters of Cinema edition of Onibaba, which is a really famous Japanese film, considered kind of horror-ish-y, fairly old. I think it's from the 70s, early 70s. Being recommended by lots of different people, trying to get into some sort of older cinema. So I thought I'd give this one a check out. The Masters of Cinema Eureka editions are really always good. So we've got that awesome cover, and inside we've got a booklet, which is pretty standard these days with these boutique labels. Actually look quite a bit of writing in there, so I look forward to reading through that after I've watched the film. Being just a chapter selection and then a disc. So from eBay, number 55 from the Eureka Masters of Cinema collection, Onibaba. So we've got a black and white murder film. Is that the right word? No, it's not. Murder mystery film. Murder film. From the Artificial Eye label, called Finally Sunday. It's a French film from the 80s. It's in French with English subtitles. It's supposed to be really good. It's got your standard sort of thin amaret case and then plain inside, but obviously with the DVD, a few things in terms of special features. So it's got a commentary, the trailer, and then a presentation of the film by the critic Serge Toubiana. From eBay, Finally Sunday. Okay, this one is from the 101 Films cult collection. It is an eBay purchase, and it is the sequel to the film Westworld, which is Future World. These are two films that I really wanted to see. I haven't come across Westworld for a decent price yet, but I will do at some point in the future. So this one won't be watched anytime soon, because you shouldn't really watch the sequel before the first one. Love this cover artwork here. I think this is the original movie poster, which is really cool. Film from 1976. Obviously, if you're familiar with Westworld, the TV series, the original film is very much based on that. The sequel is a bit different. I guess it's a bit like and I'm going to get absolutely crucified for this, but I guess it's a bit like Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. So Westworld failed miserably, and so they tried a different take on it, and they've come up with Future World. Okay, so same premise, but in the future. So this will be interesting to watch. I love 101 as a label. I think they do a really good job in sort of preserving films that might otherwise go out of existence. Back cover. If you just want to read the synopsis. Inside, again, plain, fairly standard, no extra stuff, just a disc. From eBay, Future World. Oh, this is actually 2 in 1. They definitely didn't give me a discount for this. So I have, and I'm just going to reach behind me, started to get into collecting these bad boys. Love the yellow amaret. Love a trashy movie, because obviously 50p Movie Club, we're just into trashy movies. These guys seem to preserve a lot of the sort of schlocky horror stuff, so been trying to track down some more of these. This is not the pickup, by the way. This is one I already had, so I'm going to put this back on the shelf. So from this seller, I've actually got 2. I've got the Curse of the Bloody Iris. Probably noticed up here, it says it's a numbered edition. If we look at the back, it's number 0303. This is obviously just a really schlocky horror. Inside, it's got the Blu-ray, and it's got reversible artwork if you want the original poster. I think I'm probably going to keep it this way because it works for me. What I like about these is as well, because these are quite low budget movies, it would be really easy to just put them out. But what they do with these is they try to get some extra stuff in it. So it's a 2K scan, which is obviously better than the original. Got better subtitles apparently, so the translation is slightly better. And it's also got an interview with one of the stars and some extras was an extra with the lead. I'm not really sure what a brand new extra with lead George Hilton is. So that is the case of the bloody Iris from eBay. The second one that came from the same seller is still sealed. So we've got Torso. Again, similar vein. It's another strictly numbered edition. I love these yellow amaret cases. They're just a real touch, I think, that I'll show you in a second. If you look at the top where it would normally say Blu-ray, it says Shameless, which I think is really cool. So again, brand new, literally still sealed, numbered 252. It's got some extras on it as well, so you can see there, unique subtitles, more interviews, stuff like that. Reversible artwork on the inside, although you can't see it because this is a solid case, but there is it's not clear like the other one. It's a solid case, but there is reversible artwork. I promise you. It says it on the back, and I can see it through this light, but you won't be able to see it on the film. And then it's just got the disc on it. So that's Torso from eBay. This is amazing. I think I didn't even know this existed. As soon as I saw it, and at the price point, I think £4, something like that. I just had to get this. I think obviously this person has died fairly recently and has been in the news a lot. This is an award-winning documentary about that person, and I am super psyched to check it out. So this is RBG. So the Ruth Bader Ginsburg documentary. I'm really looking forward to checking this out. There are some special features on there, not much, but just a few extra additional interviews. But again, for documentaries, I feel like you don't really need a lot of special features. Like, it's nice to have some additional interviews, definitely, because that kind of thing's cool. But what else do you need, really? There's not really a making of that you can do or anything like that. So this is from BFI. Super excited to look at this. I feel like this is, oh no, it's a region B, so it is the right region as well. As you can see, it's still sealed, but it's not going to stay sealed for longer. Let's open this up and check out the inside. So where we go, it's a thin amaret case. Front artwork is amazing. I've seen this in the background of Movie Talks podcast recently when she passed, just up on the shelf. I actually just thought it was a picture. I didn't even realise it was a documentary cover, but really cool. Back, just a little, very simple information. Inside we've got, so it's a little bit of information, very small, couple of pages, some pictures of the lady herself and some of the people that were interviewed, and obviously another copy of that artwork. That may be what I saw on the shelf, to be fair, actually. Some adverts for other Dogwood production videos, and then just a very plain RBG disc. But I'm really looking forward to watching this from eBay, the RBG documentary. Okay, cool. So this is from eBay as well. Like I said, trying to get into some older films. This is from BFI. This, again, was like so ridiculously cheap, it's unreal, and it's still sealed. So we've got the movies of Humphrey Jennings, who is a sort of early days, I say early days, 30s, 40s filmmaker from the UK. These are sort of his early films. I need to know a bit more film history, so I want to check this out. There is 10 films on here, so I can only gather that some of these must be quite short rather than feature length. But yeah, you can imagine the content and the topics that the ones sort of late 30s and early 40s are about. So inside we've got the Winter 2012 BFI catalogue. A really important organisation, I think, in Britain, to be honest. They do so much preservation in terms of film in general, so not just your stories but your documentary stuff. They've got and again, this is not everybody's cup of tea, but I think it's important that we preserve this stuff. They've got the biggest catalogue of transport movies going. I think they're doing a really important job, and obviously they do a lot for British cinema as well, so absolutely back them as a brand. And then this is the booklet. Now you'll notice it's a bit scuffed in the top corner here. I've literally just done that. It didn't come scuffed, but this booklet's actually quite, it's got a page about every film that's contained within it. So yeah, lots of different stuff, and then a big introduction to the filmmaker himself in the front. That's that. And then inside we've got the Blu-ray edition of the program, and then the DVD edition. The nice thing about these is these are things that you can just pop on if you've got like 30-40 minutes to spare and you want to watch something different. Then this is something that you can just dip in and out of. So this is the Complete Humphrey Jennings Volume 1 from eBay. This is one directly from Shameless themselves. It is the newest one of their collection, which is Baba Yaga. Bit disappointed this isn't in a yellow amaret case. Doesn't fit with all the others. It is titled number 16 in the range. This has got a whole bunch of stuff on it in terms of extras, but as you can see, still sealed. So what we'll do is we'll open that up. So I think these sort of Criterion-esque cases, as they are seen being described as, are going to be pretty much the way forward. I'm surprised that Shameless have moved to them. Because obviously those yellow amaret cases are so iconic, but I've heard that this is kind of going to be the only way that you can produce amaret cases, deep Blu-ray cases moving forward, because there's some kind of production issue, which is weird. I really like this. I don't know if you can see, but this is actually see-through, so you're looking directly onto the disc there, which I think is quite cool. It's also got reversible artwork, so if I wanted to have something different on there, I could. That actually was the bottom of the disc on display for a reason. Baba Yaga, the extended cut, lots of additional extras here. Interview with with the director, which is cool. Audio commentary by critic Kat Ellinger and some improved visuals. And then obviously the other thing is with these is they try to get the director back involved in these and to put it into how they originally saw it. So an exciting release. That is Baba Yaga, and that's directly from Shameless Entertainment. And this is actually probably the final release from Shameless. So this one is 10th Victim, and it's got Ursula Andress in it. This is in a DVD case, you'll notice, but it is actually a dual format one. Not entirely sure why they chose to go with this rather than the Blu-ray case, as it is a Blu-ray release, but still cool. That's the back, got nice reversible artwork. And then inside, because this is a reversible case, so you can't see the artwork there, but you can just about make it out. So we've got the Blu-ray release and the DVD release underneath. It is a numbered edition as well. The lenticular cover was actually a takeout card. The actual cover underneath looks like that, just in reverse. So that was the 10th Victim from eBay. This is a Eureka Masters of Cinema releases. It's number 172 to 174 because there's actually 3 movies on this disc. And this is Buster Keaton in 3 different films: Sherlock Jr., The General, and Steamboat Bill Jr. So obviously Buster Keaton is a massive name in sort of old school silent movies. I've never seen anything by him at all, so just wanted to dip in really and check out some of his stuff. Very excited to watch these. So there we go, all unpackaged. The glare there is awesome. It is awful, sorry. The extras are there's just so much on there. I'm not even going to bother reading them out. You can have a little look yourself if you want. So much on there. And then inside we've got the 3 movies, each on its own disc, and we've got another booklet, which is always amazing. As a newbie, you'll give me a bit more information about Buster Keaton, in particular in terms of these 3 films. You can see from that headline there, Buster Keaton, the Fred Astaire of slapstick. So we've got Sherlock Jr., we've got The General here, which is obviously where that image comes from, and then we've got Steamboat Bill Jr. there. So that's a really nice collection. Another picture underneath. It's not reversible artwork in this, it's just pictures, but again, really nice. If you haven't dipped into Eureka Masters of Cinema, I suggest that you do. They do some amazing releases. I think I personally prefer this to Criterion because it doesn't have the same, I don't know, I feel like you pay an extra 3 or 4 quid just because it's a Criterion title, whereas what you're paying for here is what you're getting, which is value for money, I think. So Buster Keaton in 3 movies from Amazon. So this one isn't sealed. It's been very nicely put into a protective case for me, which is great. I really like bad action movies, I guess. It's something that we watch a lot of as part of 50p Movie Club, and it's just sort of made me appreciate it as a genre. I think there's something about action films that you can just sit back and enjoy. And this one is one that I've not seen, but I've heard a lot about, and I'm quite excited to watch this. This is Red Heat with Jim Belushi and Arnold Schwarzenegger. A Russian cop sent to Chicago to get extradite a Russian drug dealer. So that is looking just up my street. You can imagine what this is like. Schwarzenegger's never going to win any awards for acting, is he? Let's be honest. I mean, that's why he was so suited to playing a robot in Terminator, but all of his movies are always good fun, and this one I will be looking forward to. Studio Canal release. It is Region B, 105 minutes inside. Very plain, as you'd expect. Just artwork on the disc. It's Red Heat from eBay. I had a really good version of this on DVD for the longest time. I traded it in to CEX for some credit. I don't regret it, but I've been on the lookout for it on Blu-ray for a while because it's a favourite of me and my family, and that is 40 Towers. As you'll see, it's sealed, which is really good. So this is the complete collection of 40 Towers, and it's sealed on DVD. So it's got a nice slipcase on it. Slipcase has taken a little bit of damage in the post, but I'm not overly fussy about that. This isn't a limited release. The slipcase isn't where it's got its value. The value for me is being able to watch this stuff on Blu-ray. So this is 3-disc set. I expect nice, same picture as the sleeve. Fairly standard cast there. You got Manuel, favourite character probably, and then inside you've got a book. Which I can only imagine is probably a chapter list. Let's have a little look. There's some information. Okay, so it's a proper booklet. It's just a thin one. So we've got some information about 40 Towers. It's very flimsy though. And then actually it's very no frills inside. So we've got 3 discs, all white print to match with the artwork, match with the aesthetic of it, I guess. But nothing really too fancy about that. There are extras on these. Tells you what the extras are on the disc. Such a short series, but every episode is gold. 40 Towers, a complete collection from eBay. We've got, again, I'm talking about classic cinema. This was $2.97, and this is obviously a massive classic, which, again, I've shamefully never seen. So this is Orson Welles' Citizen Kane. It's about 2 hours long, I guess. It's got some good special features on it, actually. It's got 2 commentaries. It's got the world premiere newsreel. It's got an interview with Ruth Warwick, an interview with Robert Rise, still photography commentary, various other little bits. So that's actually quite a cool little selection of special features there, especially for an old film. Back cover looks like that. Got a very plain looking blue disc. So that is Orson Welles' Citizen Kane from eBay. always on the lookout for something to watch around Christmas, which is not your average Christmas movie. So those of you that are more in touch with what's being released recently will know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is the special edition box set from 101 of Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now, those of you that have seen this film, me included, will know how bad this is. However, this is a classic of bad movies, I think. And I've never seen the second one. And I've heard that the second one is essentially 40% of the first one reused. So I'm looking forward to dipping into that. What's lovely about this is one of those hard case covers, which is really nice. I'm going to show you it this way, and then I'll open this up so you can see what's inside it. We've got a J card. What's really nice about this is that some companies are really tempted to put that little silly putty on the top to fix it to the back of the box, and it always damages it. They've not done it this time. So again, this will probably be folded up and put inside one of the DVDs. And then you've got the hard box, which is, I just want to talk about this because this is so good. It's proper thick. Well, it smells amazing as well. Nice and new. So it's proper fit, really hard wearing. I mean, it's going to get shelf damage in it essentially anyway, but these are so much more sturdy than those cardboard ones that they often come in. This is like a really glossy effect here. There's nothing on the back, just a little scene of the Santa doing the killing. Essentially, cover art, white spine with the year of release and the number that it is in the series, and then a very plain back with writing on it. This is the standard style for the 101 archive releases. I don't think I've got any behind me because I think my 101 is up there. My two 101s are on that set of shelves out of sight. But this is very standard practice for them. This is what they look like, essentially. So that's nice to keep in with that, but to still give it an extra thing. And then this has actually got two versions of the movie on it. There's nothing inside. Again, standard practice for the 101 archive release. So this is, I wouldn't expect anything different. I know it will disappoint some people, but for me, not a problem. But we've got the theatrical release, and then we've got the extended cut up the top there. So we've got two different versions of that to dip into, which is really exciting. And then the second part. So this is Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. This is supposed to be atrocious, but again, simple cover artwork. You've got the 101 archive spine with the number, with the year and the number on it. And then you've got inside plain and just the one disc this time, because I don't know what they do for an extended cut because it's essentially the first movie anyway. So that's the second disc like that. And then we've got this booklet, which is, I mean, in terms of information, probably more information has ever been written about this film. I mean, it's properly thick. I'm really reluctant to open it up to you because it's so fresh. There's so much, there's so much written in here, but it's also a lot of stills. It's really nicely done aesthetically. And what I really like about this is, look at that. It's a properly made and printed book. It's going to be quite tough, hard wearing, really nice. If only you could say that about the second part of the film, hey? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll like it. Silent Night, Deadly Night box set from 101 Films. We're nearly there. If you're still with me, well done. So I did an American Studies. I did a dual honours course at university. I did history with American Studies, and for the first year we did both courses in equal weighting. So before I specialised in history, I had to do like a full first year of American Studies, and one of the units we looked at, what we had was American film. Now at the time I enjoyed it, and one of the films that we watched was The Searchers, because we did a whole unit on like westerns and stuff like that. I can't really remember a lot of it. All I remember is getting a really heavy book about John Ford that I had to kind of dip in and out of, which I read some of, and it was really good, and I got rid of it for some reason. But if I ever see that again, I will get that back. But one of the films we had to watch was The Searchers, and I have not seen it for ages, so I picked it up. Got John Wayne. Whether you like him or not, whatever you think about John Wayne, he's obviously an icon of American cinema. This is a great western as well. I really enjoy this one as a film, and I'm really looking forward to getting back into it. There's a whole host of special features on the back on this as well. So it's got a featurette, an appreciation about the Searchers. It's got documentary. It's got an introduction by John Wayne's son, commentary on it, behind the camera segments from Warner Brothers Presents TV series. So there's loads of extra stuff on this as well, which is really cool. Back cover looks like that. Doesn't even have the title on the disc. That's The Searchers from eBay. I love a good sports documentary. Debatable whether this is a sport. However, it is a documentary. The House of Flying Arrows, which is the definitive story of Britain's greatest sporting export since football. Okay, so it's obviously a documentary about the darts. It's sponsored by PDC. It's got all your faves of it on into darts. I'm not as massive darts fan as my brother is, but I do appreciate it for what it is. So this will be very interesting, undoubtedly. Particularly, I think as the game has evolved so much, hasn't it, since it started. So still sealed. I'm pretty sure this was in Poundland for ages, which is why there's so many copies of this floating around. So we've got nice slipcover, some shine on the old dartboard there with some of your key characters on the front. Then the Blu-ray itself is inside, fairly standard packaging, no special features. You wouldn't really expect it anyway. I'd imagine the documentary runtime is pretty long. And then you've got absolutely plain inside, just the name of the film on the disc. So this is House of Flying Arrows from eBay. Okay, so the last three are actually all Amazon releases. This next one is another Masters of Cinema release. It is a old film, as you'd expect. Waxworks, a very famous German film. It's the final film that this guy directed in Germany before he headed over to Hollywood. It's supposed to be quite haunting. It's a very good example of German Expressionism, which is, again, something I know very little about. I recently watched M by Fritz Lang, which is not really the same thing, but, you know, that's an example of German cinema, and it's really good, and it's again something I want to look forward to. You can't really go wrong with these Masters of Cinema stuff if you are interested in film at all. So again, this is a nice slipcover, I think this is quite a new release as well. It's number 239 in the collection. Lovely sort of blue monochrome artwork on there. Let's open it up. So we've got the sleeve. Same artwork on the disc again. Back loads and loads and loads of special features. And then with all of the Masters of Cinema release, the limited edition ones, you get the booklet. I need to show you the artwork in the inside of this because it's fantastic. So we've got a really good, I don't know why I'm showing it to you that way. We've got a really good, again, really good detailed booklet with some information about the filmmaker, the film process, German Expressionism. So some really good stuff in here. And then on the inside, you've got this wonderful, I can only presume it's a coloured still of the film itself, but there we go. How cool is that? Like, that is really awesome. In fact, I'm going to cover up my face so you can appreciate it fully. That is wicked. The disc itself is just very plain, black disc. There we go with the film title on it. So that's Waxworks by Masters of Cinema from Amazon. The first one is the man, Charlie Chaplin. I have seen The Dictator. It's hard to avoid it as a history teacher. Other than that, my knowledge of this guy is very poor, so want to sort of increase my understanding a little bit of him. So pick this up. This was on sale for £7, I think it was. And this is his S&A comedies. So there's a whole list of comedies on here that he takes part in. Tramp is on this, which is really cool. It's a 3-disc set. Really good value for money. Again, it's BFI produced, so it's one of those boutique labels. I don't know if you can call BFI boutique label, really. I guess it is, isn't it? It's just a huge company, or a huge organisation, rather. That's not fair to say it's a company. Let's have a little look. So we've got that. It's the front cover there. The back with the loads of special features on it and all the films that are on it. Inside, yes, even better. Did not expect that. Inside, we've got a really thick booklet. Hopefully it has got writing in it as well, so good. Some information about the man himself and the movies. Again, inside, as tends to be with BFI, they do a bit of advertising of their brand. So, and then we've got the 3 discs rather. So we've got disc 1, disc 2. Interesting. It says 3 discs on the front. It's clearly just the 2-disc edition, isn't it? Oh, it does say 2. I can't read. It says 2, it doesn't say 3. I've just made that up myself. Yeah, so we've got the 2 discs with the films on. Charlie Chaplin, the S&A comedies from Amazon. And the final release has got a slip. And these guys are obviously classic people. Told you already how much I like slapstick comedy. Couldn't ignore this at the price it was. Again, I think it's around the $7.99 price point. Unfortunately, the slipcase is absolutely battered, but what I did pick up was this. So it's the very best of Laurel and Hardy. So we've got first time on Blu-ray. We've got 5 films on this. So it includes Blockheads, Our Relations, Pardon Us, Sons of the Desert, and Way Out West. So these are obviously the masters of slapstick comedy. You will know who these people are even if you haven't ever seen anything by them, I think. So that's the front. That's the back, the information. Not much on there telling you what it is. And then we've got the 3 discs here. I wonder if this is what I wonder if I read this by accident. So this one, again, very plain inside. We've got disc 1 has got Blockheads, Our Relations on it. Disc 2 has Pardon Us and Sons of the Desert. And disc 3 has Way Out West and bonus movie. So yeah, really looking forward to digging into that. Bit disappointed the slipcover is battered, but these things happen. So from Amazon, the very best of Laurel and Hardy. Thank you very much for staying the entire way through this video. Hopefully it hasn't bored you to tears. In the future, I would really very much like to get out to do another loot hunt, but who knows when that's going to be possible due to lockdown and particularly due to Christmas. Thank you very much. If you would like to subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up would be lovely, and I will see you next time. Bye!